Hello everyone, my name is Alberto here from Live the Tulum Dream in Tulum, Mexico, and I have this presentation for all of you who wants to invest for the first time here in Tulum or the Riviera Maya or Playa del Carmen or any other park in Tulum. So I'm going to try to be pretty quick because there's a lot of information that I need to share with you guys. So we're going to go super fast here with the presentation. All right. Let me just go here, make this a little bigger. Perfect. And let's start with this presentation. Super fast here. All right, let's do this. You guys ready? A lot of very cool things happening. A lot of new information, a lot of things that I want to share with you guys if this is your first time or trying to invest here in the Riviera Maya. In this 2022, by the way, 2022. Well, this information is from here to the future, to 2022 and 23. Okay, number one, welcome. We're gonna cover here a lot of information. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know at the end of this presentation, because we have a lot to cover. Number one, what are we gonna see on this presentation? Number one, why to invest in the Riviera Maya? Can you buy a real estate property as a foreigner, as an expat? What are your goals? What are you expecting to have here in Mexico or Tulum? A house, an apartment, or a piece of land on pre-sale or ready to deliver? Can you get a loan in Mexico as a foreigner? Studio, one bedroom, two bedroom, or more? What's the perfect investment for you? What's a condo hotel system or the administration, the condo hotel administration? What is that and how it works? How much they charge, for example, as well? What to expect from all your investment? Differences between Playa del Carmen and Tulum? Do you need to be here in order to make a decision? The whole process of purchasing a property, understanding your agent, and then closing costs, taxes, how much, all of that we need to cover, and then questions. And we have at the end a couple of few perks or bonus for all of you who remain and stay with me the whole presentation. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna try to do 45 minutes, so hopefully we can make it. We'll see. All right, very quick. Number one, who is this? Who is this person trying to tell you about investments here in Tulum and real estate in Tulum? My name is Alberto Amador. I'm from Mexico City. I have a bachelor degree on media communications, and I spent 16 years of my life living in New York City. As like many other immigrants, I went there with $200 in my pocket, no English, no language, no friends, no family, nothing. Start from zero in New York City, and it was an amazing experience. Then after that, I started working as a busboy, then waiter and DJ, barman, many other other things that I did on during those 16 years. But then I got tired of working for someone else, so I studied professional photography, and I became a photographer. That's my profession, basically, as a photographer. But I did that just because I didn't want to have a boss. Basically, my whole life, I've been always attracted by sales and real estate and properties and locations, countries and stuff, people, meeting a lot of people, different cultures and everything. So I started my real estate career in New York City, in a company that maybe a lot of you know. It's called Halstead Real Estate. We had my office was on Park Avenue, and they have also offices on Upper West Side and many other places. So that's how I started my career on real estate. I failed the test 7 times before getting my license. I have to tell you that, but I know I never give up. So because I am a a very stubborn guy, I never give up. I failed 7 times, and on the number 7, I got finally my license, and I became a real estate salesperson in New York. After that, we got married. I get to know my beautiful wife, and then we sold everything we had, and we traveled for the world for 2 years. We were living in Africa, in Europe, in Asia as well, in Thailand and many other places for 2 years. But then we landed, or we ended here in the Riviera Maya. And there's a reason for that, because after living in so many beautiful places around the world, we noticed that this specific location, Tulum and Playa del Carmen, it has a lot of potential and a lot of things that makes it very unique. Because at the end, it's not just the beach, it's so many other places that we're going to talk about a bit later. And then I became a real estate certified real estate advisor here as well in the whole Riviera Maya and in the whole Mexico. So it's not that you just try to do everything, like nothing or from zero. I studied, I took the certification, and now also I'm a certified real estate advisor here in the Riviera Maya. What I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant. So I need to make a big difference, because I don't try to be something or someone who I'm not. If you have more specific questions about something very specific, very technical, I can redirect you with my lawyers, my team of lawyers, but I'm not a lawyer. Okay, so just to be clear, my job is to advise you, I help you to find a trustworthy investment alternatives in real estate for you and your family from experienced developers that have a good, solid reputation in the Riviera Maya or in the area. Okay, that's who I am. Here's my license right here for real estate in the Cal State LLC. Then this is my certification for the real estate here in the Riviera Maya. I belong to a few companies here, and EXP Realty. A lot of you maybe you know what's EXP. It's basically a new real estate company that is well known all around the world as well. So I'm a member of that, I'm a member of EXP as well. Okay, what's new in Tulum and the Riviera Maya? Last year, I did another webinar that I was talking about. Oh, could be that maybe the Mayan train, or could be the Tulum airport, or could be that it's happening the Kukulkan Avenue. Well, all of that is now a reality. It's real. So I wanted to tell you all about that. In the past year, we were thinking, and we knew that the Mayan train was coming, but nobody knew when or where exactly. And now, if you come to Cancun, or if you come to this area, you can see now the construction between Cancun and Playa del Carmen of the Mayan train. The Tren Maya is already in progress, and they're already building. You can see the construction already of the train. Also, the International Tulum Airport. I have to say, this presentation that I'm having right here, it has a lot of links where if you can just link on the presentation, on these links, it will take you to the website where I got all this information. That it's not just that I'm talking. All this information is based on news, newspapers, the government, and so on. The Kukulkan Avenue. It's a new avenue that it was just opened in Tulum here. So now we don't have just the Coba Avenue. It used to be that it was the only way that you can go to the beach through the Coba Avenue. Now we have the Kukulkan Avenue as well. So this is great potential for investment, and amazing. Nickelodeon, do you know Nickelodeon, the channel for kids, for cartoons? They just opened a park, a hotel park between Cancun and Playa del Carmen. It's already open, and you can go and spend some time there with your kids. It's amazing. I'm telling you all of this because you need to know that big companies, international companies, are investing here because they know that we have a lot of potential here to become one of the first destinations for tourism in the world. So just like these people, they're smart, they're not stupid. They know where they're investing millions and millions of dollars. So there is a reason why. Do you know Xcaret? Xcaret is one of actually in 2019 was the best park in the world, more than Disney World. Imagine that. It was Xcaret here in Playa del Carmen. It's amazing. I mean, what is better than Disney World? Well, Xcaret, and now maybe Nickelodeon here also in the Riviera Maya. Anyways, so let's keep going. It is safe to be or to invest in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen and Tulum. It is safe to be here. Well, let's talk. When we're talking about safetyness, let's talk about two kinds of safety. Number one, the public safety. like it's okay to walk around the beach and not get mugged or whatever. Um, I have to say, in the past couple of months, it was a couple of events where some people, some tourists, actually they lost their lives because it was a fight between a couple of gangs. They were pretty shooting to each other, and some people they were on the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's what it happens. But these gangs, or if you want to call it cartel, whatever you're going to call it, they are not targeting tourists like you and me, or normal people like you and I. Okay, so it's just between them. This is something that happens on places or cities that they are growing pretty fast with a lot of tourism, with a lot of money coming. So it's they're not targeting you, and after that nothing happens. You don't hear about them. Of course, if you leave your bag, if you go to a restaurant, if you leave your bag on the chair, and you go to the restroom, could be that things like that can happen. Or if you leave your cell phone somewhere, could be like disappears in a bar on a table or something. But it's a normal kind of crime, like petty crime, like in Chicago, like New York, like Los Angeles, any other places, like any other big cities with a big growth and a lot of tourism. Remember, a lot of tourism brings a lot of people who they just came for a few days. They come to do the things that usually they don't do in their own cities. So that's why it's just people who abuse that, no? But besides that, everything is fine. After those events, the Mexican government actually deployed hundreds and hundreds of military here in Puerto Morelos, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum to make sure that all the tourism and the investors come here and they have a good experience and a good time and in a safety way. Okay. Now, talking about the second kind of safetiness that I was talking, is the certainty that you have when you are investing in a company or in a property. So that kind of safety is also very important to talk, because when you work with a real estate advisor, certified real estate advisor like me and many of my colleagues, you have that peace of mind that your money is in good hands, because we take care, or we make sure that you invest with a good developer who has a good reputation, who is well known in the area, that works with your local materials, because it's not the same to work or to bring wood, for example, from Mexico City, because that wood is not used to the weather or the environment, or the humidity and the temperatures here. So usually that kind of wood, it doesn't last. So the developer needs to make sure that he's working with local wood and local stone from here, because it will last better, and we build pretty solid here as well. So it's not like earthquakes or anything like that. It's gonna ruin anything here. So we make sure that they have all the reputation, they have the good money, they have the license, they have all the documentation that they need. We advise you to hire a lawyer. We recommend your lawyers, and you need to understand as well that these areas, as I say, they're in a process of growth. So it's like a little game that it needs to be little by little. Getting formed, and the more demand of tourism and investors here, the government will be bringing better infrastructure, better avenues, better security, more police, and everything. So it's just that it's still in that process of growth. Okay. So that's what we do as well. Why the Riviera Maya? So you need to understand as well that the whole Riviera Maya and Tulum and Playa del Carmen is not just a beautiful waters with turquoise water and a warm, nice beaches. It's not just that. It's and the margaritas as well. It's Bacalar, Cozumel, Cancun, Cobá, Isla Mujeres, Mérida, the ruins, the coral reef, scuba diving, fishing, the food traditions, the kind people, all the aquatic sports or the water sports that we have here, Xcaret, and also Nickelodeon now as a parks, so those themes park. Easy flights to Canada, New York, Florida, US, and Europe. The low cost of living, guys. Here, you live like a king when you're making dollars or euros in your country. So it's the cost of living here is way cheaper and better. It's true. You can find, if you go to the hotel zone, you can find restaurants that they're going to charge you New York prices. But also, if you go to the downtown Tulum, you eat with $3 and you eat like the best tacos ever and everything. So also we have here a lot of international tourism. You don't need to come here and expect to speak Spanish. I mean, it's better if you do because it shows some kind of respect to the local people. But you don't have to because everybody here speaks English. So like me, bad English, broken English, but Spanglish. But we try. We try. Okay, 70% of the tourism, of the whole tourism that comes to Mexico goes through the Riviera Maya at least once. So imagine 70% of the tourism in Mexico comes to this area, to Tulum and Playa del Carmen. After the COVID situation, after the last year, Tulum was one of the only places that remained open, and a lot of people from all around the world, Italy, Argentina, Europe, United States, obviously, Canada, they decide to move here and stay long periods of time. And now they discover that they can work from home. So instead of being in a big city, paying thousands of dollars, like we used to pay $5,000 for an apartment next to Central Park, it's ridiculous. Then you come here and you pay way less, and you live 5 minutes from the beach. I mean, what a better kind of life is that, right? Anyways, Mexico was the third country with more tourism in 2021. It's crazy. Um, a lot of tourists coming here. That means a lot of potential guests for you or clients, whatever you're gonna call it, clients or guests. If you are if you pretend or you're trying to find a property to invest for Airbnb and rentals property. Okay, anyways, why the Riviera Maya? We say that before because the Tren Maya is coming. It's already a reality. It's under construction. It will be ready in 2023. I'm leaving the link right there that you can click and get all that information. The International Tulum Airport, the construction will start in 2023 or the end of 2022, and then will be ready by 2024, 2025, around there. So you don't need to go to Cancun now in order to come to Tulum. You just go take a plane from your city in the States or Canada, and then you're just gonna arrive into Tulum, and you're gonna be in a few minutes in your apartment. That's amazing. Or if you're still deciding to stop by in Cancun for a few days, now you can take the train, the Mayan train, and it's gonna be a speed train. Did I mention what is that about? Well, okay. And then you're gonna be in Tulum super fast and super cheap, by the way, because it's gonna be cheaper. The cabs right now, taxis from Cancun to here, they charge too much. But anyways, the Mayan train it will be a train that will connect 5 different states in the south of Mexico, and it's going to be 100% touristic, meaning that it will stop in Chichen Itza, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Bacalar, and all those magic towns where we call pueblos mágicos. And it's gonna be 100% touristic, and it will be amazing because that will bring a lot of new guests, a lot more tourism into this area, and the international airport is gonna bring also more tourism because now we're gonna have an airport in Tulum. Then Xcaret and Nickelodeon Park and all that stuff also bringing more and more clients or guests or tourism in this area. So in Tulum, it's like investing in Cancun 20 years ago, but it will never be like Cancun because there's a reason for that. If you've been here or you haven't been here in Tulum, we have underground rivers filled with water. So we cannot build more than 4 stories tall because the soil doesn't allow us to do more. So it won't be ever like Cancun with ugly high sky buildings or resorts because we cannot build that kind of buildings here. So it's amazing because Tulum always remain like an eco chic, small, kind of little. So it's very cute because we cannot be taller than the trees. So that's amazing because when you have a penthouse or you're in the rooftop pool, you can see the whole jungle all around Tulum and no one single tall, like a big tall building. So that's very cute. That's very, very cool about Tulum. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the cenotes. If you haven't been to the cenotes here, those are pretty much like natural sinkholes or underground caves that they are filled with water, fresh water. So a lot of people they go there to scuba dive or swim. It's very fresh. It's amazing, and there's no sargassum. Sargassum is the uh, the thing that comes on the water. I forgot the name right now, but Sargasso, the seaweed that sometimes comes when the ocean is too hot, release seaweed from the bottom of the ocean, and that seaweed start growing. It comes in some months in Mexico, just 2 months whenever it's really hot here. There's sargassum here, but then it just goes away after it start to cool down here as well. And we don't have winters here. There's nothing like you need a sweater. Like right now, we are in high season. It's December. It's supposed to be, it's super nice to be with your shorts and a nice shirt, and that's it. You don't need any sweaters or anything like that. We don't own that. I don't really own a jacket, I think. Anyways, that's another topic, but that's very quick. Can you buy a real estate in Mexico as an expat, as a non-Mexican? Yes, you can. It's very easy, and the only thing you need is a fideicomiso. A fideicomiso is a permit that the Mexican government is offering to Canadians, Europeans, expats, or any foreign people to invest in the real estate. If you need a fideicomiso if you want to buy a property in the first 50 lines from any sea, beach, ocean, or any 50 miles from any border. So any line, water line, to inland 50 miles, or from any border, if you want to buy on that area and those 50 miles, you need a fideicomiso. If you want to buy a piece of property in Mexico City, you don't need it because you are far away from that restricted zone. That's what we call it. In the ocean on any beach, and it makes totally sense. Basically, Mexican government, they didn't want that others they occupy the border. It's not this, that has to be like always protected somehow. Anyways, so that's a fideicomiso. The fideicomiso costs $2,500 and it lasts 50 years, 50. And that's it. So once that you pay that, it lasts 50 years. Then every year you need to renew it for $450, and that's it. But how are you gonna pay that? Well, that's gonna with 2 nights that you rent out your apartment. That's enough to cover the whole year. So imagine that. That's amazing. You don't have to worry about that. But this is basically the most important thing that you need to know. A fideicomiso is what you need if you're not Mexican. $2,500, and then the renewal, and it lasts 50 years. And the good thing is, when you want to sell your apartment or your house or whatever to another American or another Canadian or expat, that fideicomiso is attached to the property, not to you as a person. So meaning that you can get your money back because instead of selling it for 100 grand, you're gonna sell it for 100, $2,500, because you're gonna that person, the other person, if it's a foreigner as well, then it comes with the fideicomiso already attached to the property. You already did the whole process, so you're saving him time and everything. So he pays for that. Okay, so there's a way that you can get your money back, and there's a link here with more information about what's a fideicomiso. Now, when you invest in here in Mexico, you need to think, what are your goals? What are you looking for? Is this to live in Mexico? Are you coming to live permanently here? Or is 100% investment just to rent it out on Airbnb or Booking.com? Or is to retire in some point, retire in Mexico, maybe in the future, in a few years? Or is mix? Mix is you want to come and enjoy, which I think this most of the people do, a few weeks a year, and then the rest of the year they rent it out on Airbnb, and you can make some extra money with it. How much money? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But okay, once you decide that maybe it's a good area to invest and to expand your real estate portfolio, what do you need to think? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a house? What's better, a house, an apartment, or a piece of land? What's better for you? Okay, let's talk about each one. A house is I would say, invest a house if you are thinking to live here, or if you are thinking to retire here in some point, because a house, because you have more privacy and it's your house, right? That's it. But remember one thing, a house doesn't come with amenities. A house, while you're not here, you need to have a security guy or someone living there just to make sure that nobody jumps the wall and steals stuff in your house. So that's the bad points about it. An apartment, a condominium in an apartment in a condominium is different because it will be always safe because most of the time on those buildings there's a security person that everybody pays for that comes with amenities like a pool, bar, restaurant, gym, yoga area, bicycles, all that kind of stuff. So it comes with a lot of amenities that makes your property more attractive for potential guests. Um, Now you can also buy a piece of property. I mean, a piece of land. I'm sorry. With a piece of land, it's okay. It's good because you're not going to have bills to pay like electricity, water, or anything like that, and you will get a capital gain with the time. But you will see your return of investment more in the future years. Versus if you have an apartment, you're making money in two ways. So one is with the rentals that you're going to do for an Airbnb, and the other way is with the capital gain that the apartment or the property of your house is going to get every year. Okay, so there's two ways that you can make money. That's why I think it makes more sense to do it in that way. What is better, on pre-sale or ready to deliver? Well, let's talk about those. On pre-sale is my favorite kind of way to invest because on pre-sale the developer it will give you a better price for that unit because basically he's using your money to finish the construction, right? Also, you're going to have more options to choose from. For example, a unit with a better view or nice breeze or whatever, closer to the pool, whatever. So you have more options, and that's why it's a good way to do it. Um, Sometimes as well, they're gonna offer you some kind of like a financing because if you invest on a pre-sale project and maybe it will be delivered in 2022, at the end December 2022, 1 year from now. So usually you will give you some down payment and then you have all the rest of the year to pay monthly and just do little payments and then it will be easier for you to pay everything. You don't need to invest everything in one at one point. Now, if you want something ready to deliver because you don't trust in the developer, you don't know. I want to make sure that my money is sure. I mean, is safe and whatever. Makes completely sense. But you need to think that most of the time, if you want something ready to deliver in a condominium, those apartments are the leftovers that nobody wanted because it has like a bad light or not a good breeze or it was in a bad location on the property. So those are the leftovers that nobody else bought because everybody's buying on the pre-sale stage. But if you are like those, that's okay. That's totally fine. You can still find really good apartments on immediate delivery. But also, you need to think that because it's the apartment's already done, it's ready to deliver, you need to pay everything cash. So it's just I give you the keys of your apartment, you give me the money, right? So there's no financing, there's no extra months to pay or anything. The good thing is that if you are investing in something that is already ready to deliver, you can rent it out right away and you start making money with your rights. But not just because you are investing in a pre-sale means that you're not making money. For example, very quick, let's suppose that you buy a studio that costs you 80,000 US dollars now when you're signing the contract. By the time they give you your unit in a year from now, that studio, it won't cost 80,000. It will be like 120 or 110, 115. So by just waiting 1 year with doing nothing, you already made 15, 20,000 grand. I mean, I think it's a pretty good deal. Tell me which investment offers you that option, if it's not crypto or NFTs or whatever. Um, but it's a good way. And it's still being a brand new apartment. Nobody has used it ever before. So a lot of people, what they do is they invest on the pre-sale stage, and when they receive the unit, they sell it and they just make some money, and then they go and buy another one, and so on and so on. That's the strategy. But if most of my clients, they are very smart, so they invest in the pre-sale property, and once that they get it, instead of sell it, they rent it out. They put it on for rent on Airbnb and Booking.com, and they make a pretty decent money. So there you have it. Um, can you get a loan in Mexico? Yes, you can. The answer is yes. It's pretty easy to get. It takes around three weeks, and it's based on your score in your own country. Now, me as your advisor or your real estate advisor, I recommend you that always try to get a loan first in your country. Why? Because the interest rate in Mexico is around 7 or 8%. Um, and could be that in your country you get it for 4% or 3%. So I think you should try first in your country. Just make sure that they allow you to invest in Mexico or outside of your own country, because a lot of them they don't. So yeah, yeah, but you can do it. There's the option here. When you get this presentation, you can click on this link right here, and then it will take you to a couple of companies that they offer. They offer, yeah, that option for you. Now, once that you receive your apartment, who's going to rent it out? Who's going to take care of that? Because you don't have time, you don't live here. Who's going to do all that crazy stuff? Sorry for my French. Well, there's a few developers. They already come with a Condo Hotel system or rental administration system or company, whatever you're going to call it, attached to the property. Meaning that if you want, this is optional. If you want, if you don't, it's totally fine. Um, they're gonna take care of you. They're gonna do the check-in, the check-out, cleaning your apartment. If something breaks, like a mirror or a table, whatever, they replace that. They pay bills, electricity, water, internet, everything, HOA fees, all that kind of stuff. They pay from that, and they charge around 20-25% from the rentals, and they uh, deposit all the rest to your bank account. So you don't need to be here. Your apartment is going to be always in a good hands, because it's like a Uber. So if you think about Uber, they are very smart, because they don't. It's not like a car company, or they don't sell cars. The only thing they offer you is a platform where they're using your car for them to make money. Same here as well. They're using your apartment for them to make money. But at the end, they get a little cut, you get out most of the money, and everybody's happy. So for them, they want to maintain your apartment in a pristine or 100%, in a good shape, because they know that they can rent it out right away after to someone else. So that's a good thing to talk about. What else? Some developers, some buildings, they don't have that. It's called a free administration, but you can bring your own, and I can recommend you a few ones as well, if they are from external companies and they work in the area. And if your developer doesn't offer you that option, you can bring one external and pretty much work in the same way. Usually they will offer you a contract for 1 year, and then after that year, if you don't like how they work or whatever, you can that's it. You can just bring another company, or you can do it by yourself. I think it's a little bit difficult if you don't live in the country, but there's the option. Or just don't rent it out, and you just keep it there as well. Just lock it, close it, nobody will enter, it will be totally fine. How much you're gonna make from your rentals? Well, that's gonna depend on the location of your apartment, how many amenities, the time of the year, because we are in seasons here, and the size of your apartment. Obviously, a studio makes less money than a two-bedroom apartment. Okay, so but that's gonna depend also on your budget and the location. Remember, real estate is about location, location, location first, and then amenities, and then so on. But based on studies, based on previous years, you're going to be making between 8 and 12% ROI, or return of investment, a year, based on the total cost of your apartment. So if your apartment costs 100 grand, you're going to be getting around 10%, 10 grand a year. But that plus the uh, capital gain that your apartment will get every year. So remember, you're making money in two ways: with the rentals, and your apartment is increasing value, because this place is growing and it's bringing more and more tourism. And whenever you want to sell it, you're going to sell it in a better price. But well, we need to talk about that a little later. So it's between 8 in some seasons. When it's low season, could be to 8%. When it's high season, could be up to 12-13%. So we try to say conservative numbers. So we say, or maybe 10%. That's what you're going to be making from the rentals. What else? If you don't believe me, or just go to Airbnb in Tulum right now and see how much are per night apartments here from 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms, and you see how much money you're going to be making every night by renting out your apartment. Don't take it just from me. So what is better, studio, 1 bedroom, or more? Well, as I say, that's going to depend also on your budget. But a studio or 1 bedroom rents more, um, because it's more likely that solo travelers or couples without kids travel and stay in your apartment more weeks out of the year, and for longer periods of time than a family with kids who they need to go to school. So one studio or 1 bedroom apartment will be rented out for more weeks, unless it's a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment that has a lock-off system. What is that? That means that room, each bedroom, it has its own independent entrance to the street, meaning that you can rent out your 3 bedroom apartment to three different couples, and they will never see each other faces, because everyone is using different doors. So one couple or one person will remain with the main suite, with the master suite, with the kitchen and the living room, and the other two, they will be rented as hotel suites. That it comes just with a full bathroom, closet, maybe a mini frigo bar, mini refrigerator, just to keep beer, cold, or water, whatever, and that's it. It will rent a little less price, but also you can do that. Or if you have a big group or a big family, you can rent out the whole place at the same time. Okay, what's better, Tulum or Playa del Carmen? Let's talk about this. And let's go here to my map a little bit, very quick. So Cancun is right here. So far, until now, you need to arrive to Cancun if you want to come to this area. So from Cancun to Playa del Carmen, there is 45 minutes. You come from the Carretera Federal right here, the highway, like right here. And I like to divide Playa del Carmen into sections. Obviously, this section in red is the tourist area because it's closer to the water. So if you are investing 100% investing for rentals, then you should remain in this area. It's called El Centro because everything is close to the Fifth Avenue, the famous Fifth Avenue here, where it's a lot of fun, a lot of bars, restaurants, stores, and so on. And my favorite place to invest and to live is this area right here. Right here, it's called Sasilha because it's very quiet. It's close to everything, but it's at the upcoming area. So it's close to the water, it's close to the Fifth Avenue, and it's a bit cheaper, super quiet. Is for me really is, I think, the best. Any other area here in El Centro as well. If you are thinking to live here, I recommend you that you stay here in this area because it's very local. It has banks, hospitals, malls, everything is here. Very more quiet, it's more local, and you are a little bit far from the tourist area, but not that much. We're talking about 5-10 minutes difference. Okay. So now, if you drive another 45 minutes from here, you're gonna go to, sorry about that, where's Tulum? Oh, right here, Tulum. So here, another 45 minutes from Playa del Carmen is Tulum. You come from the Carretera Federal, the highway right here, and I like to divide Tulum in 5 different areas. So this is Coba Avenue. This is my. If you ask me, Alberto, where would you invest? If you're the one investing, I would say Coba Avenue right here because it has an easy access to the beach, and it has also already restaurants, bars, Chedraui, which is like our Walmart, a gas station, and it's super easy access right here to the beach. So Coba Avenue would be first. My second option would be Aldea Sama right here, because it's like a gated community, like you feel like you are in Florida because it has all the services. It's paved, electricity, fast internet, everything is here. It's very exclusive. It's the best of Tulum so far. So Aldea Sama would be my second option. Then my third option would be La Veleta or Region 15, Region 8. But that area is closer to the jungle, so there's no paves. The roads is like just wild roads, and when it rains here, it's a lot of potholes and mud and all this stuff. So it's a little bit inconvenient, but You can get good prices here as well because eventually they will fix the roads. But it will be more like a little future investment. Then my last option would be El Centro, this area right here, because it's very local. You are close to restaurants and stuff, but it's a little more, a little more noisy and local here. So that would be my last one. But so far, yeah, this is Coba Avenue. They are the one that is being always used to go to the beach. And now this one right here is Kukulkan Avenue, the one that just opened that I just told you. So if you're investing here, you are super close to the water because you are just 5 minutes from there. So it's a good place as well. So remember, Playa del Carmen, because it has more local tourism and more tourism, but it's a little bit cheaper. If you invest in Playa del Carmen, your apartment will be rented more weeks out of the year, but lower cost, lower price. If you invest in Tulum, your apartment will be rented maybe a few, not too many, but a few less weeks a year, but a higher price. That means you have a less wear and tear on your apartment. So it depends what you want. More use on Playa del Carmen or less use but more money in Tulum. I think it's no brainer, right? Now, remember as well, all this game will change with the Mayan train and the airport. So if you have the option, if you can afford that, you can buy a studio, an apartment in Playa del Carmen and another one in Tulum and diversify. And when you come, you can one rented and you can stay in Tulum or Playa del Carmen, and you have two incomes as well. So I'm just saying you can do that as well. Let me move this here. This is the projection for Tulum for the next 3-4 years. This is Aldea Sama, beautiful streets, paved, electricity, everything is there, all the services already done. This is Aldea Sama Premium, meaning that it will conserve or we keep more of the trees and the nature. So they try to make it very eco-chic and, to respect a little more the jungle. Here it will be a school. It's called the Green School. They opened one already in South Africa and another one in I think Australia. And it's a school focused on environment and nature, and for kids that they're super smart as well. So it will be very very nice in this area. It's going to be like a lot of parks, like a Zen area that you can go and do yoga and just go for a run. If you go to Google Maps right now, you can see these streets already, these ways that they're already, you can see them on the map, on the satellite view. They exist already. And if you go to Google Maps, you can go the Green School and you will see the location already there. That you see that I'm not lying. Okay? So eventually, this will be like parks, like art areas as well, and it will be more access to the beach. All these are streets that are going to take you to the beach as well. This is the Coba Avenue, the one that Region 15 and Region 8. And this thing right here is called Tulum 101. You need to pay attention to this because a lot of, not a lot, but a few developments are already building here, meaning they're closer to the beach. So he's talking about 5 minutes to the beach or less, but it's a little more exclusive. It's like the cherry on top of the cake. This is going to be super exclusive. If Aldea Sama is already exclusive, this will be like a super exclusive, because everything is going to be a little more expensive, and no people from here, they're going to be able to enter here unless you are staying there or you own a property there. And the same here. People from downtown Tulum or La Veleta, they're not going to be able to be here because it's very exclusive. They're going to have on the streets like some kind of security that, to keep it always in control. And there's not too many people using these roads to go to the beach. Okay. So this is pretty much the projection, how it's going to be. Here is a protected area. Nobody's going to build anything there because it's a protected area. There are the ruins here. And here could be a few developments in the future years, but then it's the Shankan area. So also it's a protected area and nobody's going to build there. Now, do you need to be here in order to close the deal? No, you don't. Everything is electronic. I have a bunch of clients who they've never been in Tulum and they already have properties here. So you don't need to be here. You just need to make sure that you're working with a certified real estate advisor like me, that you know that we will make all the search for you, and we will offer you just developments that they have a good reputation and so on, that they have experience, that they have already buildings or other developments in the area that you can go touch and see how they're working. Okay, so you have that peace of mind. Okay, so once that you are like, okay, I already decide that I'm going to invest with you, it's fine, it's perfect. What's the next step? Well, first of all, I will send you a few options to your email, a bunch of different options on areas from different areas. And if you see one that you really like, that you say, wow, this is the apartment for me, this is the one that I want, then the next step is this one. Usually you will reserve it with 3,000 or 5,000 US dollars, which are 100% refundable for 15 days or 3 weeks, meaning that in between those 15 days, what is going to happen is that the developer will send you all the documentation electronically to your email, and that you can share it with your lawyer, with your people of trust, and so on. If you change your mind and you decide that you don't like what it says on the contract, or you are like, no, but I changed my mind, those 3,000 or 5,000 for the reservation goes back to you automatically. I don't keep it. Nobody keeps it. The developer, nobody keeps the money. It goes back to you. Now, if you decide to move forward, then you sign the document on DocuSign, and then you send it electronically back to here to us, and then it will be the next step, the down payment, which most of the developers are going to ask you for 30% down payment, and then the rest during construction. Okay, so this is how it works. You reserve with 3,000 first for 15 days. You review the documents, or 3 weeks. Review the documents, you sign, and then the down payment, the first down payment. Okay. Some developers are going to ask you for 30/70 or offer you 30/70. That means 30% down payment, 70% at the end when they deliver the apartment to you. That's really good, because that means the developer is solid and they don't need your money to finish the construction, which is good. And you also have a peace of mind that everything's going to be fine. Some others, they cannot offer you that, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Usually it's going to be 30, 50, 20, 30% down payment, 50% during construction, 20% at the end when they give you the keys of your apartment. If you can offer 50% down payment, 30% during construction, and 20% at the end, that meaning you're offering a bit more, usually I can get you a 3% discount. If you can offer 80% down payment and 20% at the end when they give you the keys of your apartment, I can get you up to 6 to 7% discount of the total price of your apartment. Or I can get you the free furniture, for example. Some of the developments, they're going to offer you just equipped, meaning come with the closet, with the kitchen, with the ACs, with the fans, the ceiling fans, and that's it, but not furnished. Sometimes if you offer a little more, they can put the whole furniture and decoration completely for free for you. But let me talk with them. I'll take care of that. Then you need to understand your agent. Try to work with just one advisor or one agent at a time, because too many cooks in the kitchen can be a little messy. Could be that they are sending you the same developments, all of them. And remember that at the end, our work for you is 100% for free. You don't pay us anything. Money, we never touch money from you or from anyone. So in respect of our time and our free work for you, try to work with just one agent at a time, or one advisor at a time, because at the end, the developer is the one who gave us our commission to us, okay? But when you work with an independent advisor like me, I just don't work for 2 or 3 developers. I work with more than 100 developers in the area. So meaning that I can offer you better options. And at the end, my focus would be to take care of your investment, and not to try to sell something just because my boss told me that you need to sell this unit, okay? Closing costs, super fast. We're almost done here. There's something that is called escrituras, which is the deed, then transfer the name on your name, the notario, taxes, which is 2% or a little less than that. Okay. And what I try to tell my clients, try to say 7% out of 6 or 7% out of the total cost for closing costs. That's going to be maybe a lawyer, the fideicomiso if you need one, escrituras, taxes, all of that will be included in that 7%. So try to save 7% of the total cost for your closing costs. Okay, and then I'm going to leave a couple of links here. that will be good for you to review in the future. And after that, every year you just need to pay predial, which is the property tax here. For each after the second year, you pay that, which is 1%. This is the tax that you pay for property taxes here in Mexico, which is super cheap. If your apartment costs 100 grand, you're paying, excuse me, like 1,000 US dollars for the whole year. And where did that money come from? For a couple of 2 3 days that you rent your property, you already pay the whole year. So don't worry about that. Questions. I'm sure you're going to have more questions. I'm about to close here, but you can contact me on Instagram as Live the Tulum Dream, or Meta or Facebook at Live the Tulum Dream as well on my Facebook page. On YouTube, I have a bunch of other videos that I talk about real estate in Tulum and Playa del Carmen. So you can just take a look of it. Just go on YouTube and Live the Tulum Dream, type it, and you will see it right there. LinkedIn, or send me an email or a WhatsApp. I will be more than happy to chat with you. Okay, what are the perks? The bonus, number one, just because you stay all the way here, I'm going to offer you a free 45-minute consultation and Zoom one-to-one, where you can ask me everything you need regarding your investment in Tulum, completely for free, you and I. Then I'm going to also give you the ebook, where is all this information and more, but in an ebook that you can read and take your time to read it again, and that you can review it every time you need it. And also, I'm going to give you as a bonus number 3, this full presentation with all the links that you can just go and click and review every information and all the sources where this information is coming from. So I can do all of that for you. Thank you so much for coming. Let me just go back here. This is thick. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. And if any questions or anything you need, just let me know. I told you where to contact me. And as I say always, I'll see you on the beach next time. Take care. Bye.